Please be advised, the following presentation is not intended for minors. The following is please intended.
Now you're fucked! Ha!
Payday 2 is a wacky, wild, bizarre, and insane first-person shooter that I've played on and off for years, but is certainly one of my favorite games of all time. Today, I hope to show you why. Hello everyone, Dan here. Today, I'm going to be breaking down the 2013 crime simulator, Payday 2, and why I think you should give it a try. Without getting into any bits, filler, or non-existent sponsorships, let's just get right into the video. But, as always, thank you for watching. So, what exactly is Payday 2? Well, as I said before, it's essentially a crime simulator. You and up to 3 other teammates, referred to as heisters, can tackle up to well over 50 missions with varying set pieces, objectives, and things to steal. This already brings me to the biggest thing that I feel that Payday has to offer: the scope of the game. Payday 2 is deceptively massive. The amount of heists you can take on is certainly daunting, especially if you want to go for the achievements, which require you beating all of the heists on certain difficulties. Hell, it's even got one of the highest number of achievements I've seen in any game, ever. Get this, it has over 1,200 achievements. Have fun trying to 100% this game. But I digress. The game has an incredible amount of content for its players to access and tinker with, none more so than with its character customization. I'll discuss the aspect Payday is the most known for first: its masks. When you think of Payday 2, typically you think of the striking and iconic masks of the characters. This is no accident. The game lets you create and design your own mask from what feels like an endless amount of presets and possibilities. You can choose your base mask, a material you want the mask to be made of, the pattern you want your mask to have, and finally the colors you want for the mask's primary design. This may sound confusing or daunting even, which it definitely can be, but I feel the nearly unlimited possibilities of mask customization allow you to truly personalize your heister. If you want something cool or badass, you can go for it. If you want something more personal, you can go for it. If you want to create an abomination, by all means, you can go for it. This also extends to your weapons and loadout, by the way. Not only do you have a myriad of potential weapons to use, ranging from things you'd expect like shotguns, ARs, rocket launchers, and pistols, but it even lets you use some more unorthodox choices. You can use crossbows, swords, flamethrowers, nail guns, and even wads of money to beat down your enemies. Yes, you can use a stack of Benjamins to beat the shit out of someone with. Do you see why I like this game yet? The weapon modification system is also just fantastic. Each and every gun has quite a decent amount of customizations that can really change up how you play the game with them. This can be as simple as making a gun more efficient for stealth, to making it fire full auto, or even changing the ammunition type. You want to violate the Geneva Conventions? Here, take these dual-wielding shotguns that straight up vomit out an unending amount of incendiary shells at full auto. Now, does that actually violate the Geneva Conventions? I don't know, I'm just assuming this because you can use these on civilians. I mean, I feel like when you turn into a fire-breathing dragon that just spews out flaming shotgun rounds, I feel like that would violate some sort of international law. I don't know, man. I ain't the expert on this. Anyways, you can customize basically every aspect of your character, right? It's great. You can also pick your base character from a plethora of different options, which only serve to change your voice lines and general appearance, nothing more. However, you do get some pretty interesting choices. In the base roster, you can even play as John motherfucking Wick. And if you branch out into the world of DLC, which I would say is all worth it if you can get them in a bundle, by the way, you can get access to characters like Jimmy from the Hardcore Henry movie, Jacket from Hotline Miami, and even Ethan from the H3H3 YouTube channel. Now, don't ask me why he's in the game with his wife, I really don't know. I mean, it was for like some charity thing that they did, but really, why did they get added? I don't know. Now, while he isn't officially available anymore, the badass drug lord of the iconic 80s film, Scarface, is also playable, and is my personal choice when it comes to character selection. It's half the fact that Tony's just fun to play as, and half a flex that I got his character pack when it was still available. And that leads me to my final discussion point, mods. Now, in theory, if you used a character unlocker mod or some sort of cheat engine, you could unlock Scarface for free. But this isn't me condoning you do this for the other DLC. I'm not saying you should do this, but if you really, really want to play as Tony Montana, I'm just saying there are still some methods out there to get him. But back to the point at hand, mods. Mods are glorious in Payday. I love them. They can range from cosmetics and quality of life changes to even things like new masks, new weapons, new music tracks, or entire new heists. With mods, you can really change up your game to however you see fit. It just adds to the customizability of the game even more. All in all, the game just lets you play the game however you want, and I haven't even talked about the skill tree with our perk decks. Honestly, I feel like calling Payday an FPS RPG hybrid isn't that inaccurate sometimes. To boil it down as much as I can, your skill tree can give you new skills and abilities, while perk decks usually augment your existing ones. For example, I run the Anarchist perk deck, which gives me the ability to regenerate armor over time, as opposed to all in one go. I also run skills that let me get my armor back on headshots, which synergizes amazingly. After all, you only need a single armor point to not take health damage in the game. I can essentially become immortal with this. And this segues into one of my favorite other aspects of Payday 2. The balance, or rather, the lack thereof. Payday is very kind to the player in that it lets you be as overpowered as you want to be. Some of the meta builds, such as my current Anarchist setup or the infamous Stoics and Dodge builds, they can just make you feel like a god on the battlefield. But you can also be a total memer and run around with a minigun and grenade launcher saying fuck it to logic with a muscle build with a metric shit ton of health as an 800-pound gorilla. That is a name for one of the skills, by the way. You can also use the deck subtly named Sociopath, which is all about turning your melee weapons into your main weapons, which is super fun. See how this all just gives even more playstyle variety to you? It's just what I love about this game. Everyone can play it differently. Even the soundtrack can be customized to fit your playstyle. If you want something that gets your blood pumping for the loud heist, find something to go guns blazing to. But if you want something more laid back or for stealth, they've got that too. And just remember, you can mod in music as well. All of this combines together to make a game that feels like it has endless possibilities, and doesn't make me question when I see a player who has several hundred to even over 1,000 hours in the game. There's so much you can do, so much you can be, and so much you can steal. So what are you doing? Get out there and get paid. And, as was said in Reservoir Dogs,
All right, Ramblers, let's get rambling. You wanna play? You want some more? I'm Tony Montana! Fuck you!